Right, so if you move across, I'll stand there.
Yep. Both in, yeah?
Yeah, that's fine, mate. It's fine. Yeah, all good. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wembley Stadium. It's the FA Cup final against Manchester City and Manchester United. We are live on HaytersTV YouTube channel. And I'm joined by Dan Bennett. Dan, hello.
Hello, how are
Welcome
you?
along. Yeah, all good. Thank you, mate. Train strikes, of course, been mayhem for all of us to get here, but we are here, we are live, and we are going to bring you the latest news, team news, and look ahead to what could be the second trophy for both Manchester sides, the second trophy for Manchester City on their way to a historic treble, or a end to the season flourish for Erik ten Hag and his Red Devils side. So Dan, let's just go through the team news quickly. You start with Manchester City. Just tell us any players that stick out to you that you think we should keep an eye on besides the obvious ones of Erling Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, I mean, I think Haaland's definitely the obvious one, but I'm just looking through now and it's pretty much as expected. I suppose the only, not really surprised, but maybe positive for Manchester City is that Manuel Akanji's back. Obviously there was a bit of an injury out with him. He starts probably at left back alongside Nathan Ake, although they play that kind of strange system, don't they, where I would imagine it's John Stones going into midfield again and then playing sort of back three, back four when they don't have the ball. So I think that's a big boost because he's been a terrific signing for Manchester City this season. A bit of a steal as well for the amount they got him for. So I think that's a massive boost. But other than that, it's that's what happens when you're live.
Definitely. So your lineup is Stefan Ortega in goal. You've got Carl Walker, Ruben Diaz, and John Stones as your back three. They'll be playing, I believe it's going to be a weird 3-4. 3-2-4-1.
Is that how we say it?
Yeah, I believe so. So now Ilkay Gundogan captaining the side alongside Rodri. Your front five of Bernardo Silva, Jack Grealish, Kevin De Bruyne. Also, I completely forgot about Manuel Akanji. John Stones will be playing in that midfield.
Yeah.
Ilkay Gundogan will be playing in the front four.
Yes.
And then
Rodri and Stones.
Exactly. I absolutely botched this already.
Pep can't just play a simple 4-3-3,
no,
can he,
he
and just make it easier
No, he
for us.
cannot. And then we'll have Erling Haaland looking to add to his monstrous amount of goals.
53 if he scores today. Well, that's if he scores one.
So he's on 52.
He's on 52 at the moment, yeah.
He can still...
In all competitions.
That is a lot for a debut season. Very impressive. As I believe the Manchester United goalkeepers have come out. De Gea, Jack Butland, and I'm not entirely sure who I think might be Tom Heaton out
yes,
as
possibly.
well. But Manchester United have David De Gea in goal. They have Victor Lindelof, Rafael Varane, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Luke Shaw as your back four. Casemiro, Christian Eriksen, and Fred as a midfield three. And you've got Jadon Sancho and Bruno Fernandes supporting Marcus Rashford, who I have to admit has been. It's a big boost that he's back from injury right at the end of the season.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, he loves playing at Wembley. He loves playing cup finals. He also loves winning with Manchester United. So, how do you think this game is going to play out? I mean,
yes, it's difficult for United because they obviously have got a few injury concerns. I mean, Lisandro Martinez, obviously that's not news. You know, he's been out for a little while, but he's a big miss, I think. When you've got the Varane and Martinez partnership in defence, I think that helps them massively. I think Lisandro Martinez, despite some sort of early concerns about his height and whether he can play in England, he's proven a lot of people wrong and he's done really well. So that's a big miss. Big opportunity for Jadon Sancho, I think, today. Obviously, Anthony went off on that stretcher. I think last game of the season was it he went off?
I believe so.
Yeah, and there was sort of a little whisper that he might get back in time, but Ten Hag confirmed yesterday that he was, I think, very unlikely were the words he used, and obviously he's not involved. So, I mean, I know he's come on for a lot of stick this season, Anthony, with maybe he's not had the stats that he would like in terms of attacking output, but you know, I think he does make them a better team. I think he causes a threat all the time and he's a dangerous player. So yeah, I think when you look at all the injuries United have got to key players, it's hard to look past anything in the Manchester City win today, unfortunately. Yeah. What do you think?
But do you not, I just want to ask you, do you not think this is like a very big game for Fred? I mean, Fred's...
Yeah, that's a good point.
You usually have a midfield three of Bruno Fernandes, Christian Eriksen and Casemiro has been a revelation since joining United from Real Madrid in the summer. Fred's... I genuinely think that Fred has played better since Erik ten Hag has come, since he's been at the club.
Yeah, I don't ever think... I've never really understood the stick towards Fred. I think he's really good at what he does. I mean, I think the problem
But
was
what does
obviously
Fred do? Tell us what Fred
breaks
does.
up the play. He breaks up the. I think he's very energetic as well. He gets about the midfield really well. It's Manchester City come out behind us.
As the stadium.
I think the problems were when Fred and McTominay played together. There was, I mean, Bruno Fernandes obviously, and then when he was out, and it was just those two. The lack of creativity there, but I think having Christian Eriksen come in has really helped them a lot. So he starts today as well. That's been a massive boost to them. So I was listening to Gary Neville actually talk on the overlap yesterday. He was saying that maybe bringing an extra midfielder for a bit of security, and that's obviously what they've done in Fred. So I think it makes sense really when you look at Manchester City's midfield and all the midfielders they've got on the pitch. I think it makes sense to have that extra body in there in Fred, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely agree. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe on the HaytersTV channel. We'll bring you all the post-match press conferences, any mixed zone footage and posts and fan reaction after the game. Tell us where you're watching it, tell us where you're from, tell us the score predictions, get in the comments down below. But I just want to ask is, I was hoping for the battle of the goalkeepers. We got David De Gea, the Golden Glove winner for the second consecutive season. But Stefan Ortega hasn't done himself damage, his reputation any damage, despite being the evident number 2 behind Ederson. He has done very well. How do you see this playing out in terms of, do you think David De Gea has what it takes? Do you think Man United need to change their goalkeeping situation?
I mean, just on Man City is first. It's always a bit of a dilemma, isn't it, when you play a goalkeeper in the cup competition all the way through, and then you decide to stick with him, or do you throw the first choice back in for the big game? But obviously they've stuck with Ortega, who I think is really good actually. In the games he's played, I think he's looked really impressive. So and to shout a bit louder as you can hear for the reception.
The Manchester City goalkeepers have just entered the pitch for a boo from the Manchester United fans.
But just on De Gea, I mean, he's a strange player, isn't he? Because like you said, he's got the Golden Glove award again. He has some outstanding games where he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world still. But then he makes high-profile errors. It's no.
Do you think he
strange.
kind of deserves the criticism though? Because you can base it off he makes mistakes, but then he goes and gets 17 clean sheets in a Premier League season. That's almost half the season kept out. I mean, maybe not against Manchester City, but he's almost kept out half the games he's played, which is a credit to this man. He's been here, I think it's his 12th season. Unbelievable. A couple, I think 3 or 4 season spell where he was arguably one of the best goalkeepers. That's the reason why Real Madrid wanted him. I understand the need for Manchester United to want a new goalkeeper, but then can't look past how well he's done for Manchester United. So just tell us in the comments, do you think David De Gea will be replaced by Manchester United in his summer windows?
He's such a hard player to judge, isn't he? Because how do you weigh up the amazing saves he makes, and he makes saves that he shouldn't do, and then he makes costly errors that he shouldn't do. So how do you weigh up the pros and the cons? You know, does it balance itself out?
I mean, goalkeepers aren't perfect. Ederson does make high-profile errors.
Yeah, maybe not as big as De Gea, but I suppose the difference is De Gea's facing a lot more shots as well. Yeah. You know.
But then shouldn't that be a lot more scrutinised for Ederson? He's facing less shots or less high-profile shots, and he's conceding these types of errors. Not as many as you say De Gea, but then still, for a goalkeeper his calibre, supposedly one of the best in the world, there's one of those issues.
Yeah, I mean he's not had the best season, has he?
Oh, sorry, mate. Oh, well.
Oh, we're gonna have to move.
We're gonna have to move. Sorry, mate. Might be an issue.
Yeah, we'll have to duck down a little bit.
Yes, we might have to duck. Let me just have a look at the screen.
Make sure we're okay. Make sure you can still see our faces. There we go, we're okay. Yeah, we're alright,
Change camera angles here. So I'm watching the live right now.
Impromptu live, we're a bit behind on there, it's a bit distracting.
Yeah,
I won't look at it.
So I think that should be fine. Dan, if you want to come into the shot a bit more, that'd be great.
Stand right next to you.
Yeah, that's perfect, mate. Apologies for the awful angle now.
What happens when you're live?
That's what happens when you're live and you intrude on people's seats. But let's go for Erling Haaland. Talk to me about the season he's had, the season he could have next
a season in and we're already talking about him as being potentially one of the best strikers the Premier League has ever seen, and he's been here for a year. And you think of all the Premier League strikers that we've had, Thierry Henry, Sergio Aguero, Wayne Rooney, Alan Shearer, all these guys, and he's already being talked about with those. So it's just, I mean, obviously there was a bit made when he maybe wasn't scoring as many goals and he wasn't touching the ball very much, and has he made City a worse team? But I mean, it's just nonsense, isn't it? Like, he's such a, we don't really, it's hard to compare him with another player because we don't see players like that anymore. You know, he's so raw, he's so powerful, and
yeah, sorry about that, guys. Just a bit more. Just there you go, much better.
Oh, there we go.
The stadium.
But yeah, I mean, he's just been outstanding. I mean, he's a joy to watch as well, even though he doesn't get involved in the build-up play much. Just watching him make those runs, and this is why it's nice to be here as well. You can see maybe the runs he does make and doesn't get the ball, and just an amazing player to watch. So.
Right, guys, I'm sorry, Dan, just a button. We're going to actually look through some of your comments now. So Jafar Alba predicts a 1-1 draw and United to win 4-2 on pens. We're not going to another extra time, please.
We can't do that again after doing commentary last week.
City crowned championships of Manchester from Mawisa. Okay, fair enough. United all the way, says Emma. Thank you for your comments, guys. Please tell us where you're watching us from. Mission Impossible, Stoke City. Well,
it's not quite impossible, but not far off.
City
probably.
have been stopped.
They have.
Not recently. Brighton seem to be the only team that have been able to stop them. But let's talk about, let's say, Bruno Fernandes. Just keeps delivering for Manchester United, doesn't he? He just has. I was sceptical about Bruno Fernandes. I think obviously the word penalty merchant comes into mind, but then you can't overlook how good, especially based on the all-round thing. You've got him at Manchester United, him in Portugal. If you take out Cristiano Ronaldo from the Portuguese national team, have Bruno Fernandes as the fuck point. Bruno Fernandes plays a lot better for his country. Likewise, when Ronaldo was here, he plays a lot better without Cristiano Ronaldo. He had a lot more freedom. And coming off that right-hand side, I believe that Akanji, who we believe is going to be on the left-hand side, deputising for Nathan Ake, will have a lot of space, a lot of freedom, and especially with the runs Marcus Rashford makes, this should be a very topsy-turvy game.
Yeah, do you think that's what they'll do? I'm just looking at the team now, obviously Casemiro, Fred and Eriksen, and then obviously you got Fernandes more pushed out to the right.
Yeah,
so
Sancho
it makes sense,
more on the
doesn't
left,
it, really? Because
it'll be Fernandes on the right, Rashford up front and Sancho on the left.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's a beautiful day at Wembley. I apologise for wearing sunglasses, but it's too nice not to wear sunglasses here. As you can see, the sun is out, a bit of cloud in the sky, the stadium is filling up, the atmosphere is getting there. We've got the DJ from BBC Radio 1 as well. It's going to be a great day. But finally, Dan, I just want to know score prediction.
Like I said earlier, I just can't see past the Man City win. I'm going to go 2-0 Manchester City. I mean, these games can be quite cagey sometimes. Obviously, we saw the playoff final last week. You know, they can be quite tense, and seen a lot of games go to extra time and penalties at Wembley. But I do think City will get the job done in a normal time. What about you?
I'm hoping it finishes in 90 minutes.
Yeah, but I can catch my actual train home this time. Yes. The one I actually booked. So
I would like to get home.
That's my hope and prediction for the game.
I'd like to get home at a reasonable time today, but I do think Manchester United will not win. I mean, Manchester City.
Well, you're going to make a big prediction then.
Yeah, I think Manchester City. It'll be a fairly cagey, chaotic game. Even though City probably have one eye on the Champions League final next week.
Next week.
There you go. I do think City will come home 3-1 winners to get the second part of the treble. There you go. That's my prediction.
Make the Champions League final. I mean, it's big anyway, but even bigger if they win today, and knowing they can get the treble. I mean, that would be quite something. Yeah.
It might not work. It might work in their favour. It might not. Guys, we will be in Istanbul. We'll have reporter Rodrigo Lara out for us, getting all of the pre-match and post-match reaction for you guys. We'll have some Manchester City content on the way during the week. If you want to come over to Haters TikTok in the next 10-15 minutes, I'll be
another live.
I'll go and do another live. I'll be live in around 5-10 minutes. Let me go get a coffee, some refill. And as we're about to finish off this live, Manchester United come out to the boo of the Manchester City
Yeah,
fans.
we are in the Man City end, aren't we? So maybe a little bit distorted by plenty of cheers as well from the other
We are
end.
indeed. Before we leave, one final fun fact. I've seen a lot going over social media. This is the first FA Cup final that has had the winner partially engraved already.
Yes, I did see that.
The first Manchester derby. This is
save a bit of time,
Exactly. Save a bit
Thinking
of
of
time.
helping us get our trains home later, save a bit of time on the engraving.
Exactly.
Can't fault that.
Exactly, mate. This is surely to be an immense occasion. It's a special occasion for every part of Manchester, blue or red. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, keep commenting on this video, keep watching this video. If you want to head over to HaytersTV TikTok, I'll be going live in a couple of minutes' time. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you.
And we'll see you for some post-match reaction. See you later.